Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to the Foreign Fork YouTube channel where we are cooking one meal from every country in the world, and mamma mia, do we have a great recipe on the docket for you today. We're gonna be making Margherita pizza, which is my personal favorite. It is cheesy and tomatoey, and there is delicious basil on top, and it is so good. So I'm really excited to show you my process for making Margherita pizza so that you can cook along with me and make it at home. All right, so the first thing that you're gonna need is store-bought pizza crust. You can make pizza crust if you want, but there's not a recipe for that in this video. I like using store-bought because it's just a lot easier for me. So I am going to flour my workspace and use a rolling pin and roll out this pizza dough to be a circle. I gotta kind of use my muscles, you know? This is why I go to the gym. It doesn't have to be a perfect circle if you don't want it to be. However, I am always, is that why they flip pizzas? I think that's why they flip pizzas in the air, you know, to use that centrifugal force or whatever it is to make it round. Should I try that? Did it work? I don't think it's very round pizza. So it could be whatever shape you want it to be. So I have a pizza stone and I'm gonna put my pizza on a pizza stone. If you have a pizza sheet, you can put it on like a greased pizza pan if you'd like. But here, I'm just gonna put mine on the pizza stone. Beautiful. Once you spread out your pizza dough and you put it on your pizza stone, you're gonna need some pizza sauce. So you can use homemade sauce. That's not my favorite option. I really love making homemade pizza sauce, and I have a super quick video that shows you how to do it right here. So if you want to, click on over there, figure out how to make pizza sauce. It's quick and easy. And you're gonna need about a half cup of that. So this is my homemade pizza sauce. And I'm just gonna use a spoon, or you could use like a pastry brush or something like that to spread it out on your crust. Now make sure that you leave some space for having crust. You know, you don't wanna put the pizza sauce all the way to the end or else you won't have pizza crust. So next we're gonna put on our shredded mozzarella cheese. So I have 1 3/4 cup of mozzarella. Now normally I go to the Italian grocery store near my house. It's like a fruit and vegetable market, and it has some really great Italian ingredients there as well. And I get I go to the deli counter and they shred some mozzarella cheese for me. In this case, when I was preparing for this recipe, I actually went and got like a block of mozzarella from my grocery store and I shredded it. Okay, so the next step to our Margherita pizza is 2 Roma tomatoes. I'm gonna use a serrated knife and just cut my tomatoes into rounds like this that I can lay on top of my pizza. We're gonna put the basil on, but don't make the mistake that I did the first time I tried making Margherita pizza. I put the basil on before I cooked it, and then obviously the leaves burnt on top of the pizza. So Margherita pizza, you don't put the basil on until after you're done cooking the pizza. So I'm going to put my pizza on this pizza stone into the oven according to the directions on my homemade pizza dough. So mine, for example, was instructing me to cook it at 450 degrees for about 18 minutes. So that is what I'm gonna be doing. Okay, I'm gonna show you the trick to the tastiest pizza ever. I have 2 tablespoons of melted butter, and I'm just gonna brush that on my entire crust. Crust is never anybody's favorite part of the pizza. Well, if it is yours, I'm not judging, but I'm just saying it's not as good as the cheesy parts, so we make the crust the cheesy part, right? So you put butter on the entire crust, make it really delicious, and then we take a 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese and sprinkle it on the crust so that you have a butter Parmesan delicious crust. We can't forget our basil. So I always put the basil on last. The longer that your basil sits on a hot pizza, the more it's gonna brown and kind of wilt a little bit, and it doesn't look so pretty. So I always wait until right before I serve the Margherita pizza before I put the basil on top. I'm laying about maybe 10 leaves of basil onto this pizza. You can put as much or as little as you'd like, as much as you prefer for your preferences. The basil is the best part to me, so I really like to cover it in basil. Once your pizza is dressed to your liking, it's time to cut it. So you can use a pizza cutter or kitchen scissors or a knife, whatever you want, it's up to you. I actually got my very first pizza cutter last week, so I get to break it in today. You can use it on my Margherita pizza. So you can just cut it into slices here. There we have it, a slice of Margherita pizza. I'm gonna put some basil right on this tip here before I eat it so I can get it in my very first bite. Making pizza at home is 100% of the time the best option. It is so delicious. It's so easy to make as well. And it reminds me of when I was in Naples eating Margherita pizza and enjoying my time in Italy. It transports me right back there. So if you want written instructions on how to make this recipe, I will link to the blog article below in the description so that you can go through and read instructions on how to make the recipe. And don't forget to check out all of the other recipes on my YouTube channel and on my blog. There's recipes from every country in the world, and I have so much fun cooking with you guys. Thank you so much for spending time with me this week. I can't wait to see you next week when we cook again. Bye.